go back and forth on social media. For those that don't know, I am the tour manager for Tamar Braxton, the Love and War tour. And what I'm going to address is the assault. We were in the room. At the end of the show, Chrisean walked up to Tamar.
And I know y'all been waiting for a video from me about this whole Tamar, Chrisean, James Wright Chanel situation. I'm going to get into it. But there's been so many different characters and so many people we never even heard of popping out the woodwork talking about they know what happened and this is the real story, this is the true story. Well, finally we hear from the tour manager. Rob, the tour manager, he clarifies a lot of information on how it started, where the miscommunication was, and how James was attacked. Now, all in all, James did not deserve this. No matter what anybody says, he did not deserve this. And Chrisean pretending like she doesn't know or anything like that. I'm going to do a deeper dive into this later because I believe that Chrisean probably has an issue with alcohol and she probably doesn't remember what happened. As you guys see, Chrisean took a break from social media, but she was on DJ Sky's Instagram live earlier where she was going off about, oh, they lying about me, they trying to set me up, and she called out Tamar, even though everybody in this situation keeps showing Chrisean grace and showing her love, saying that, you know, they hope the best for her and stuff like that. She went off on all those people and she felt like they clout chasing off of her name. From Tamar's video yesterday and from Rob's video today, Chrisean was never supposed to perform. I think she was just supposed to be a guest, as they stated beforehand, and she was supposed to make like some kind of appearance during a twerk off or something like that, but she was not supposed to perform. I always say Tamar has a completely different audience than what Chrisean does. Now, everybody knows that it's a vibe all the time song, but that's not... I don't hear that every day on the radio. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. Hell, we barely hear Tamar music on the radio. But at least we know Love and War, you know, we familiar with it. And she's selling out shows. Chrisean performs at clubs. So two different audience, two different vibes, two different crowds. You know, it is what it is.
Troy brought her out a cake. Tamar put her hands in the cake. She had a right hand full of cake and some cake in her mouth. And Chrisean came out and was like, where you going, sis? Gotta go on stage. And I'm looking like, huh? Like, what's happening? And Tamar like, the show is over. What do you mean? She said, I'm about to go on stage. And she's like, huh? You ain't been out? You haven't went out there already? Because she was supposed to go out during the twerk session. She hadn't been out. Chrisean hadn't been out. So I was like, come on, ladies, let's just take this in the dressing room. So we went in the dressing room. And in the dressing room, it was me, Tamar, and Chrisean. Tamar was trying to figure out why didn't Chrisean go out during the twerk session? And she's looking at me and I'm like, I don't know. Like, Chrisean, I don't know why she didn't go out. So Chrisean breaks down and starts crying. And I felt bad. And the Holy Ghost in me, because I carry it everywhere with me, I began to give her a hug and everything like that because I like Chrisean. I like her. And, you know, and I was like, I don't want to see nobody with their feelings hurt, or I don't want nobody feeling some sort of way because there was a big line of miscommunication that took place. So I began to try to comfort her and hug her and be like, no, don't cry because it's not that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was trying to, I don't want you to feel no sort of way. And this was just in the dressing room. And this was me, Chrisean, and Tamar at the time. As the time went on, Chrisean was explaining that this happens to her all the time and she felt some sort of way because she felt embarrassed. She felt embarrassed and she felt like, you know, that this is just like, that shouldn't happen to her because, you know, she was just prepared to go out during the twerk session and that time had come and she didn't go out. So Tamar is still asking like, well, what happened? What happened? Why didn't she go out? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what happened too. So David and Mooney come in. They both do makeup. And we're all at this point talking about what happened. Tamar is saying, Mooney, what happened? Mooney was saying that Chrisean was not on the side of the stage when it was time for the twerk part. Mooney is a choreographer and he also does makeup. Mooney was saying Chrisean was not on the side of the stage. So it's like, well, what happened? What happened? Well, who was there? Who can, like, what? Everybody's screaming, what happened? What happened? At this point, Chrisean is like, yes, I was on the side of the stage. I was there. And I was like, okay. And I'm trying to calm everybody down. Just let's do this a peaceful conversation because Chrisean is upset. She's very upset. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, okay, let's calm down. Like, everybody, let's talk this thing out or whatever. And then a few more talking. And then James comes in the room. So at this point, it's me, Chrisean, David, Mooney, Tamar, James. James comes in the room and notices that Chrisean is upset. By the mirror, Chrisean is on the right-hand side. James is right next to her. He was consoling her. And I was literally right next to James. And Tamar asking James, well, what happened? Why didn't Chrisean go out there during the twerk session? And James said, we was looking for her on the side of the stage, and she was not on the side of the stage. And Chrisean got very upset, and she was like, I was on the side of the stage. I was there. Where else would I go, man? You lying? Like, that's cap. I was on the side of the stage. Like, I was there on the side of the stage. And James said, no, you wasn't. We caught you there. Chrisean said, say I wasn't there one more time. Say I wasn't there on the side of the stage one more time. James was like, I'm telling you, we was calling you and you bop, 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 bop. I'm like, oh shit. Literally happened just like that. And here I am, like, this girl just hit this boy a couple of times with them big ass rings on her finger. And I'm just like, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. I get Chrisean to the other side of the room. At this point, James' face is leaking with blood. She going off saying, man, that's cap, da-da-da-da-da. Everybody is shocked. And I mean shocked because, mind you, I like Chrisean. I'm still at this moment trying to de-escalate everything. Like, I don't want this to go left. Like, this is crazy. This is all craziness. And I'm like, Chrisean, you gotta calm down. Everybody, you gotta calm down. Like it's a lot of yelling. At this point, Mooney and James, get her ass out of here. Da, 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 da. You know, I'm like, okay, everybody calm down. I got Chrisean on my right-hand side. Now she's at the back, the door is right there. I'm blocking Chrisean on here because at this point, she don't go. She like, well, what's up? Like, her defense is all the way up now. And people trying to get in the door. And I'm stopping people from coming in the door. Troy was one of the people that I stopped from coming in the door. And I'm like, okay, y'all, we gotta talk this out. We cannot, this is crazy. Tamar walks over to Chrisean. That is like, she said, that is like my blood brother. You cannot just go hitting my blood brother in his face. What is wrong with you? What's happening? All of this is going on. Everybody's emotions are on 100. And then Chrisean, I got Chrisean out of the room when Bandcamp came in the room. Bandcamp came in the room, got Chrisean out of the room, and that was that. I walked out of the room and I called the police. So in the video that she just made and said, well, why wasn't the police there? Why wasn't this there? And actually, to tell the truth, there were 28 security guards in that building that day from the Novo security team. 28. I went to the head of security at Novo and I asked them, I said, I need somebody to get up here right now. Somebody has just been assaulted. They asked me questions. They said, who? I said, James. I said, can you call the police? You know what Novo told me? Novo said they cannot call the police. I had to call the police. I went and called 911. You can call 911 or public records. You can call 911. You can check the records. Right after immediately happened, I called 911. It took the police over 2 hours to get to the Novo. I was not leaving until the police came. I was not leaving until the police came. It took the police over 2 hours to get to the Novo. The police did come. A police report was reported. This whole incident is horrific. It's crazy. And then for everybody to jump online to say something about Tamar is wild. Everybody say James is lying is wild. Nobody had nothing against Chrisean. I love Chrisean. I love the ratchetness. I love the rowdiness. I love watching her on Zeus. I love her with the baddies east, west, north, south, all of that. Chrisean said one thing that was absolutely correct when she did her live today. She said, I'm that bitch. God got me. And she's absolutely correct. For somebody of her stature to come from where she came from and to somehow manage to garnish the hearts of over 5 million people that follow her on Instagram, yes, she is that bitch. For somebody to have a song that a whole stadium can recite, yes, she is that bitch. For somebody who can have a hit reality TV show, I'm sorry, yes, she is that bitch. And for somebody to say otherwise, they are clearly hating. She is that bitch. But guess what? Chrisean hit the wrong bitch. Because guess who else is that bitch? James Wright Chanel. And he did nothing to her. He did nothing to her. He was consoling her. And she popped him a couple of times. And that's why his face looked like it looked. And if you are in the public eye multiple times like you are, you would not show your face either. I was there when the police came. I was there when the police left. I literally flew to New York the next day, hopped on a plane, flew back to LA because it was just a lot going on. And it was just like, I hate that all of this is happening. I hate that all of this is happening. I hate that everybody trying to blame Tamar. I hate that everybody trying to now always talk all this stuff because this tour, Love and War, we are supposed to be celebrating 10 years of a great album, an album that helps so many people through whatever times. Music saves people. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be celebrating.